Don't have the days. I have an application.
You remember filming me when
she was my first yoga teacher.
Yeah, mine too.
I was blackmailed into taking the class.
How did they do that?
Well,
Smoldering where our bodies meet, your hand firm on the curve of my cheek, holding me still.
Yowza.
It's okay. Loop of longing, a lasso around your naked body shines sweetly on our bed, drenched in love's sweat, infinity with the greatest of ease, reborn. What else is there to know?
Full bloom. My body is a summer flower on a balcony, midnight, fog's soft hum of light, holding city neon low to see the purple blossom opening in her hub of tight leaves. High on the stalk, proud curves the color of lusciousness. A tall goddess blooming before your eyes, her petaled headdress crowning as you tremble before her deep bow.
You know, I'm an old guy at these things.
Oh,
I start fibrillating. I don't know. Delights in the dark, smudged by candles, hint at curves of naked, open beings. We're so busy entering into and being entered, eyes shut, eyes open, seeing what can't be worded. Each syllable seed stuck to a letter formed a word, a world. When I was a poet, the world was a cluster of words splattered upon white space. When I was a poet, I knew even when I didn't. I thought I knew the game, whereas the game knew me, played me like an ocarina. When I was a poet, I was an acrobat, a tightrope walker, keeping balance in my slippers on a wire above Grand Canyon. Oh, I did prance the death-defying dance, whereas now death defines each second of awaking. When I was a poet, everyone I knew were poets too, and we'd gather at spots poets and others met at, and yes, questions yes, without pause, with no answer. Ultimates, certainly. Absolutes, absolutely, but otherwise, nada, zilch, great empty, blank page, blank stare into the core of it all. When I was a poet, Willie Nelson was back to back with Paul Celan, side by side on the trail of tears. No worries, no gravity, wide eyes awake, zeroing into all edges and lights of the ordinary extraordinary. Fools for love, fools for freedom, dances, mites and pleas into the void, worldless and wordless, my red diapers gird me. When I was a poet, aloof and above, free of doubt, a chopper view encompasses grand map of the spread of what's to know. Hit the streets from bar to bar, stool truth to cadres, compatriots, jot dots connecting all together as we've always known everything to be. When I was a poet, everything was possible. There wasn't anything that wasn't poetry. Voyance supreme, skateboarding void, no fear of falling, even when falling. When I was a poet, passion was a wire plugged into nerve ends of lovers' spines, charging our volts with jolts of jazz and deep juice, parting like red seas. Dig it, really sad. When I was a poet, knowing it within measure and beyond, free-falling, reforming, riffing 24/7. When I was a poet, death was a metaphor, a traditional glyphic, rampant metaphysic, immortality assured. While Dante's Midway or Coney's Boardwalk spilled over and vanishing became routine, and all of the hummingbirds who darted in and out of each line got grounded. When I was a poet, everything was a revelation, no detail less than cosmic. When I was a poet, Eden dew made my raiment soggy. Nectar got me groggy, but visions woke me up. Battle of the bands and bonds wouldn't let me off easy, despite the breezy gab sprung forth from clucked tongue in your ear swirl, your labial lips, me burrowing deeper and deeper into within's heat, slick, slippery perfume. When I was a poet, I grieved and raged against now and then, and knew it was all about letters, shape-shifting into words and poems that could salve and solve most grievances, even death's silence. When I was a poet, I knew nothing and everything, and now I'm in between the lines and signs everywhere. Each word, the word, revealing the word, I could trace it like shooting stars. Each letter luminous and liminal and erratic with shimmer. To put them together in the flow of flux was deluxe, swam in it. The light made seeing possible. When I was a poet, poetry was all there was, each beloved exalted beyond the margins. Everything and nothing was poetry to me. All I could see and be was poetry. Heaven every day, all the way down to my grungy socks, up to my ozone wisdom, no zone. When I was a poet, it all made sense as poetry in motion, ongoing forever and ever. Now, at the end of the line, the letters assigned as words sound out in brain's dome. When I was a poet, was a thief, a jackdaw of all trades, straight to the shining things. Jongler, juggler, fast-footed roller skater in rinks and poetry halls, swimming in yodel wobble, stretched tape of extreme waltzes and blotched blue spots turning ice into ink. When I was a poet, everything was poetry. Hummingbirds and maggots hatching. Everything and nothing counted. All plugged into Heart Central. Thank you. Just one more. Maybe it's tired. I wanted to be a stuntman, crashing through glass doors, pound out cowboy hero face in B-movie saloon, fly out apartment window, smash onto parked car roof, motorcycle off cliff into dark, angry sea, cop car ramp into high-speed perp van, slam raw hand into slick alien guts, wrest sword from samurai grip, rip grenade tossed by Nazi scar, 10-car pileup Kong provokes, near blackout underwater, trapped in diving bell, a fire race down end of Planet Street, flip into air above ancient volcano, seat belt won't unlock, buckle in quicksand surround, trapeze snaps me down to no net, roll through paper mache avalanche into surprise iron wall, fall onto a horse not there. Oh, away chair doesn't on my head. Airplane wing strap won't let my feet go. Rooftop to rooftop leap mist. Crunch spine chakras into dust. Karate kick in Kishka's rupture spleen. Retractable nails don't in dueling yogis fight scene. As a plastic man double flattened out hero accordion in elevator mishap. Stalked by monster orca. Lost 3 fingers already bent by bad punches. Forget the scene with the lioness in heat. And more galore as they splash on movie ads. I wanted to become a stuntman. I became a poet.
Yeah.
The mayor's got it right on.
You have to accept photography.
Yeah. Well, you're a photographer. You know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's going on, but did you get any good shots?
No.
You didn't? Is your videotape okay, or?
I hope so.
I do too. You won't know until you go home.
I won't know until I go home. And the thing is that the
Nobody understands the pressure of shooting video. I just think, pick up your little camera and just. Are you having a book signed by David Meltzer, great poet, Beat Generation?
I'd love it if you'd take a picture too.
Oh, I will.
Exactly.
You know Michael, no doubt.
Do you see Jack at all?
Oh, I see Jack a lot.
Yeah.
Whenever I go to San Francisco.
Yeah.